Okay, so 4 weeks ago, I had 2,339 Instagram followers, and I decided to start buying Instagram followers. Well, not buying followers directly, more buying a automated bot to go onto my Instagram account and automatically follow people for me in the hope they'd follow me back in return. And I've been using this Instagram follower bot for 30 days now. I had a 5-day free trial and then it was $5 for the remaining 30 days. And I thought I'd do a report to show you exactly what my experience was with Instagram follower bots, whether they work in 2019 and where I think you should be using them too. So before we jump into the results of my 30-day Instagram follower bot experiment, I just want to talk a little bit about the perception of follower bots in 2019. When I first announced I was going to be trying an Instagram follower bot 30 days ago, I got a little bit of backlash from people that watched that video. If we jump into the comments, we can see that people were worried that you can get your account banned by using these bots, which I'll talk about in more detail later on about my experience with that. But also, people were a bit iffy around the ethics of follower bots. People said they think they're cheesy. Other people said that people hate Instagram because of the reason of follower bots and that people use them. And all in all, some people weren't happy that I was going to be using a follower bot with my account. And I thought long and hard about this, and I actually am okay with follower bots myself. The reason being, from exploring this world and jumping into it, I've realized that so many people are doing this already. Now, I'm completely against people that use follower bots in a completely spammy way. They don't think about who they're approaching, who they're targeting, and they just follow anyone and everyone to try and get some followers back in return. I think that's unethical and I wouldn't endorse that at all. But the approach I took and the way that I can justify this to myself is I am only following people who are showing an interest in the content I create and I put out through my YouTube channel and through my Instagram channel. The content I create is educational, useful content targeted at those specific people. So when they find me, hopefully it should actually improve their Instagram experience by seeing my content every day. But if I was out there targeting people that have nothing to do and have shown no interest in the type of content I put out, then yes, I'd definitely say that's unethical and I wouldn't endorse it at all. But all follower bots seem to do is see the algorithm that Instagram uses and take advantage of the algorithm. So basically, it's just like me sitting on Instagram myself and following people. I'm just getting a robot to do it for me to speed things up. It's still an approach I would use if I wasn't using automation, but it's just basically speeding up the way the algorithm works. Anyway, that's my view and the way I justify things. If you disagree and you don't agree with follower bots, let me know in the comments below and I'll take your opinion into consideration. But anyway, moving on from that, let's get into my experience of using a follower bot over the last 30 days to see if it's worked for me. So like I said, I started using this Instagram follower bot that's on screen right now with 2,339 subscribers in the hope to grow that as much as possible in 30 days. So the first thing I did when I was using this follower bot was I put in the accounts most similar to me on Instagram. And what this basically does is it tells the follower bot to go to these accounts and start following the people that are following these target accounts. So for me, for example, I put out passive income content on my YouTube channel and my Instagram account. So I found 5 of the most popular passive income influencers that exist out there. I then told my follower bot to find their followers and follow them too, in the hope that those followers would see my follow and then go onto my profile, find my profile interesting and follow me back. I then went over to the settings of this and basically told my follower bot how quickly I wanted it to do that for me. So how quickly I wanted it to go away and follow new people. So I chose to go all the way here to the extreme to follow as many people as quickly as possible and to go all the way up to 7,000 new people following before it started to unfollow people for me. I could then set the settings of how quickly I wanted my follower bot to unfollow people for me by changing this slider. So once it hit that 7,000 limit, it would then unfollow people for me to clean up my follower list. So that was super simple to set up, and if you want to use the same follower bot that I'm using, I'll put a link in the description below to a free 5-day trial, and I'll also put a coupon code in the description. So if you want to go past those 5 days after your free trial's expired, you can get the next 30 days for $5. So that was super simple to set up, and as I reported, after 8 days, I'd already gained 606 Instagram followers, which you can see in this video right here. So a really successful start. And the first 5 of those 8 days were free, so I'd only paid for 3 days at this point, 8 days in. Okay, but then a few days after I made that video, disaster struck. About 8 or 9 days in, I got this warning one day when I logged into Instagram. And it was basically saying that we are removing inauthentic likes on your account. because it looks like you've shared your username and password with a third-party app. And this is what I was talking about when I said in that initial comment section, people heard that you can get banned from using these third-party apps. Instagram had recognized automated activity on my account, so stuff that a human wasn't doing, but what a robot wasn't doing, and saying that we basically taken away some of your latest progress because it seems like it was achieved through automated methods. So this really shook me up. I was really worried. Instagram told me that I needed to change my password in order for things to get running up again smoothly. And I just thought this probably shows that follower bots aren't going to work anymore in 2019. But after a bit of digging, I actually found out that I just needed to tweak some settings with my follower bot in order to get it within the reasonable use limits of Instagram and to stop myself getting banned in the future. So what I did was I reactivated my Instagram account by changing the password. I put the new password into my follower bot again so it could start automating those follows for me on the app. But then what I did was I went down into the settings and I actually changed a setting to stop Instagram being able to detect automation within my account. And what I did was I actually just set a time where my follower bot turns off, where basically it mimics me being asleep. And this is because if you're adding people 24 hours a day onto your Instagram account, Instagram is going to know that that's not possibly a human being, because what person stays up 24 hours a day following people? So I basically went into my follower bot and set a time of 4 hours every night where it stops following people altogether. And this is meant to mimic some downtime, some rest that a person will be having when they're sleeping. And after setting that sleep time of 4 hours, and I also actually changed this slider from extreme to turbo. So that slider basically tells my bot how often to like people's posts that appear on my timeline. So I turned down the rate that the bot was liking things for me, and I also said between these 4 hours every night, shut off completely. And after I did that and restarted the follower bot, I've had no problems for the last 21 days. Okay, so that was going all well and good, and I was making good progress. I made like over 1,000 new followers. And then I came in and looked at my data, and what I saw in the app was this follow back ratio. So this was the amount of people that you follow who follow you back. So 27%, that means every 100 people I follow, 27 are following me back. And that's where I am now at the end of the 30 days. But early on in this experiment, that was down at like 15, 16%. And basically what this app told me was, it told me the best and worst people to target. So the best people to basically say, these are the person's followers I want you to follow. And I actually initially had a list of like 30 accounts I was targeting that spoke about passive income. But throughout this progress, I was able to wean out the worst accounts that I was targeting and just leave the best. And I'm actually now down to these 5 people. These are the 5 people where if I go to their Instagram list and follow them on my Instagram, they're most likely to follow me back. So after I changed that, I went up from 15, 16% to a 27% follow back ratio. So that's 1 in 4 people that I'm following are following me back now. And at the end of the 30 days, I am now on 4,479 followers. So that's over 2,000 new followers that I've got in the last 30 days from using this Instagram follower bot to buy Instagram followers. But it's not really, it's buying an app to follow people for me in the hope they'll follow me back. And if we go into here, we can have a little look at the growth chart of my 30 days. So you can see the first 10 days I had rapid growth. And then these are the days here where it actually started to unfollow people rather than following. But even on the days, there was like 10 days in the middle where I was unfollowing people to clean my follower list up. I didn't lose any followers. So those new followers that I gained, those first 10 days where I went from 2,000 to 3,400 followers, I didn't lose any followers after those 10 days where I was unfollowing people. And then when I unfollowed people for like 10 days and I started following people again, I've been making new followers every day ever since. And if we go down here to right to when I started using this, you can see I was getting 58 followers, 85 followers a day, 88, 84. And then this is the days here where I started to unfollow. So it was like 0, 8. I lost 2 on this one day, but that's not many. And then since I've started following people again and I've started tweaking it, I'm getting 117 a day, 126. Some low days, but then again, 107, 134. Things are really sort of optimized now and I'm gathering followers at a really fast rate. So if you want to start using the same Instagram follower bot as me, I'll put a link in the description to this video, but I'm going to give you some tips now of what I found using this over the last 30 days. In addition to tweaking your targeting over the 30 days and also setting those parameters so you don't get banned, there's a few other things I've picked up on that's going to make this work best for you. Okay, so first off is engagement. I've gained over 2,000 followers in the last 30 days using this Instagram follower bot, but my engagement wasn't going up much in relation to that. So that means for the new followers I was getting, I wasn't getting many likes or comments on my posts. And what I've actually started doing in the last 5 to 10 days to try and rectify that is when I put a new post up, whenever I've been getting comments on those posts, I've actually been going in and replying to those posts. So, just for the new people that are finding my account and leaving comments on my posts, I want to basically start building up a rapport with these new people. So I'm replying to sort of every comment I get on my posts since I've been using this follower app. And what I've been doing as a second level engagement is anyone that posts on my posts, I'll reply on my post, but then I'll also go onto their Instagram account and I'll comment on one of their posts too. And this is just to try and build up some engagement with these new followers, rather than just having some vanity metrics of your follower account going up, but having no one actually engaging with your account. I'm trying to nurture that engagement by building up conversations with this method. And it's early days, but it seems to be working out pretty well so far. Okay, so the last tip I'm going to give you for an Instagram follower bot that I found in 2019 that just kind of gives you some more extra value out of using it is I basically added some automated messaging to my follower bot. So having the pro account for this bot that you'll be able to get for $5 using that code below, I actually am able to message people either that are already following me or are new followers of me. And knowing that, I set up this automated message to send to any of my new followers. And it's basically a message saying, thanks for following me. And also basically saying, did you know I've got a YouTube channel? You can find it by going to this link. And any new person that follows me now that I'm using this follower bot gets that message saying, hey, come check me out on YouTube too. So that's just an extra way of getting extra value from this automation on my Instagram account. It's sharing that audience from Instagram over to YouTube as well. And that has been my experience by using a Instagram follower bot for 30 days. I've gained 2,100 followers approximately. Got banned earlier on. Well, got a warning, but I fixed some things and now I've not had a warning ever since. Would I recommend follower bots? I would. Like I said, they're not going to be the most engaged people following your account, but I think you can nurture that engagement by interacting with anyone and everyone that comments on your feed. And my long-term strategy with this is to get over to that 10,000 follower limit so I can start doing stories with that swipe up functionality to send people to my YouTube videos from Instagram. So in the long run, it's going to hopefully benefit my YouTube channel as well as my Instagram channel. Like I said, there's some blurry ethics here. A lot of people don't like people that use follow bots. They think it takes away some of the magic and the human feel of Instagram. But I found that so many people are doing this, you kind of need to just play ball, get in the grey area. In order to stand out and keep it with everyone else, you've kind of got to get your hands dirty a little bit. That's my opinion anyway. You may disagree. Like I said, let me know in the comments box below if you do. But like I said, I wouldn't recommend this if you're hoping to build a business solely on Instagram and you're hoping for real engaged audiences and you want to be doing brand deals. But if you want to sort of build a brand, share audiences between YouTube, Instagram and different platforms, target your Instagram followers later on with advertising on different platforms like Facebook, YouTube, Google, then it's a great way to get your followers up without sitting at your phone or your computer all day and doing things manually. The way I see it is this method would work if you're doing it by hand, manually every day. So why not just pay and get a robot to do it for you automatically? After this 30 days is now finished, I've paid $5 for a 30-day trial. I'm now going to be paying $40 after that $5 promotional period's gone. It's going to be $40 a month moving forwards to grow these followers. But I figure $40 a month to get 2,000 followers, probably even more now I've tweaked this. It's pretty good value. It's going to get me over that 10,000 limit pretty quick. And then I can start using the full features of Instagram to maximize my business and my brand's reach. So you can do this if you want to as well. Like I said, it's super easy. There's a link below to get set up. You set it up on your laptop and it all runs through the internet and just follows those people for you on Instagram. One thing I would recommend is make sure if you're going to automatically follow people, target people in a similar interest and similar category to you, and make sure you're putting up posts on your feed that are actually useful, interesting, entertaining. Don't just have a dead Instagram profile and try and grow the followers when you're not doing the work with your content. Make sure you're putting valuable content up that your new followers are going to appreciate. That's all from me. What are your experiences, your opinions on follow bots? Let me know in the description below. Make sure to sign up to start starting up videos like this every week. Income tips, passive income tips, online business tips, and so on and so forth. So thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I'll speak to you very soon. I've been Greg. Bye.